This is a plant that we use a lot, and it's stinkweed. In Inupiaq, we call it sakirok, sakirok. And it's a very strong plant for our community, and everyone uses it in a tea and or in body washes or in open wounds, and it's a very good healant in all matters that we know of so far. And it's one of the very few plants that they let us know to be very careful for it's so potent. And there's a lot of people that know about it, just haven't been bringing the news out to us. It's just been family to family, and I've known about this ever since I was a child. I just didn't know how great it was until I was a young adult, and I've been using it for the last 40 years or so, and I wished I had known about it all my life, and I would enjoy it as still. And it's one of my favorite ones to pass on to my children. They use it they just drink it as a tea, and they enjoy it like that, and it works for them. They're just fascinated with how it works. They just drink it, and they could just feel it working in their body, because their bodies are so clean, and to have something clean them even more, like with that and a healing agent, it's just, they could just feel it going through their body like a tingling. I can't quite explain it, because I've enjoyed it so long, and I believe in it, and I pass that on to my family too.
That stinkweed is the best medication, and it always heals. You could put it in your back or any bone hurting, in the joints, and let them stay overnight. Some of them use cloth to put stinkweed in there and make, just like tie them up. Right now at home I have stinkweeds because I cough a lot, and I boil it and drain it, strain it, and put it in a container and drink it, just like that. I use the green part of it because I never drain them good. I use them for a while, maybe a week, just use them in my mouth, chew them, that's it. My mother have scar in her lungs. When just a little girl, she started coughing a lot because there's TB, and there's different kind of things that they don't know what they are. And my grandmother let her drink stinkweeds for a year until she quit coughing. And then when they start getting x-rays, she's got TB scar. They don't know when, and they don't know how it heals. That's what I know too. I have stinkweeds all the time in my house, in winter time even.
The stinkweed, there's a lot of uses for it, and the more I pick, the better I feel, because I use it all winter long for different things. I like to use when I have a bad cold or sore throat, especially if I got an owie. If you get an owie and then start turning pussy, you don't have time to wash it up. So here's what grandmother used to do. She used to get a little bit of it and rub it together. You'll see the difference in smells good.
Distinct.
Anyhow, here's what my grandmother would have done for this little owie right here. Well, she would have made it sure. Pass that on. She would have, what she did, she just rubbed it until all the hard stuff came out. It just real soft. Matter of fact, when some if you pick them a little earlier or a little later, it'll turn white. And she'd soak in a little bit of water, set it right on a cut, wrap it up, and one time I had them, but you could see the bone on my knuckle here. And she said, "When did you get this?" I said, "Oh, it's been there for a while." She said, You know, I don't like to tell her things because she's got a remedy for everything. Anyhow, she looked at it and so she got some of that and rubbed some water on it and sat there that night before I went to bed. Next morning it came out and all the pus, what it did, it just sucked all the pus out into the saga. And she says, well, we'll do that again tonight. And it just turned nice and red, started feeding from the inside out. And after that, I believed she told me a lot about it before I was that age anyhow, when I was younger. But never had a chance to prove that it could see what it could do. And, but a lot of people have different uses for cellular. I use it all around just about everything I can at home. Matter of fact, last night I took some. I boiled some of that from that bag there because I like to drink about a half a cup of it at night, and what it does just cleans out your body. Just your kidneys, you have kidney problems, it will help clean out your kidneys, and there's a lot of things in there that helped me anyhow since I was young growing up. I watched movies where these old cowboys, they used to take snuff and just stick it underneath. I do the same thing with this, right? Put it under my tongue and there it is. Beautiful plant, I love it. Anyhow, what I do is I just take a bunch of put in my mouth and just swallow juices. And what's that headache pill people have? Aspirin or Tylenol. Yeah, that's pretty close to Tylenol. But anyhow, this has been brought down for thousands of years, and I just want to say a little bit about it because little things like this here shouldn't be ignored. My people have been using it for, well, everybody's been using it, the ones that know what it is. We do have a lot of use for it, and it's not only for cuts and bruises and stuff like that, but it's just good to have around. I enjoy having a half a cup of it and say, hey, back to thinking about my grandparents of how they taught me. When they're green, what they do is they boil it and use it like I said for syrup, or like cough syrup or something like that. And Edward's wife uses. She likes to pick them green and then put them away like they are. And apparently, I've never tried it because my grandmother had never said anything about picking them up while they're green, cutting them, But people do use them when they're green. That's a good question. I wouldn't have brought that up because I'm used to picking up the brown after it's been wind beaten, old. It tastes so good like coffee though. The best way to store this is, and I like to use paper bags. Use them Ziplocs or anything like that. But, my grandmother says always try to get air into it, let the air go through something. In the fall time, if I can, I just grab a whole bunch and they just break right up because they turn nice and some. They just break right off, and I just put them in a box and dry them up in the box if they're a little damp. So that's before I put them away. I make sure they're nice and dry. I put them in a box and air dry them, and they do mold if you don't dry it up. And this here is a good thing to keep your mosquitoes away when it's so hot out, and the mosquitoes are 101 to 1,
We haven't had that.
1,000 to 1, I mean.
We've been
What
very
I
lucky
do, I just
windy.
make a little smudge pot, get a smudge pot, start the fire, and put a bunch of this in there, and the smoke from this here, just mosquitoes say, adios, you can have that. But it's good to make for a smudge pot. The stuff works really good. The green is better. The dry stuff will burn up too quick, but this here it'll be a smoke smudge.
You get something else
Yeah. I like to make a fire, little fire with wood, chips, and then put that on top and make it smoke.